Yo, it's your boy Mr. CV. I'm back with another very special video. Now, I recorded this video already before, which was about a week ago, but the sound didn't come out well, so I've had to do it again. And I wanted to do it outside, but I've had to come and do it back inside. And it's about talking about being content. And I think sometimes when I say about being content, I think people just don't know what it means about being content. So I thought, you know what, let me do a proper video on it, because in my previous video I talk about not comparing yourself to other people and just focusing on yourself, and also being content with yourself. I know so many people, some are earning £10.50, some are earning £12, some are earning £15, some are earning £50 per hour, and some people are still not content, they're still not happy. And it's quite sad actually, especially those people that are earning £20 plus per hour and they're still not happy. So imagine the people that are earning £10.50, how do they feel? And it's just a case where we live in a generation where people just want more and it's like, when do you stop? When do you actually sit down with yourself and think, you know what, I'm very content? And just because you're content doesn't mean you start becoming lazy. And I think a lot of people use things such as the word ambitious because they're ambitious, or they're a very ambitious person, and they use that as an excuse not to be content. But you can still be content, be happy with what you have, and still be ambitious, because you obviously want to achieve more. You don't want to get lazy, you want to keep going. Now, a lot of you have heard contentment is close to happiness, but a lot of you actually don't know what contentment is. Now, contentment is to be happy with what you have, where you are, and who you are. And I think it's quite important, because a lot of the time it's like, we look at other people. That's why that video I made about comparison is very important, because a lot of the time we look at other people and we think, oh wow, this person has this. So it's like, when you look at yourself, you feel like, wow, because you don't have the same level as the other person, you feel like as if you're not doing something right. But you need to start appreciating what you actually have, appreciating and being grateful about what you actually have, because like I said before in the previous video, you have more things than other people, but also other people ahead of you also have more things than you. So you just got to be very appreciative about what you have. To be honest with you, this society especially has made people feel like life is a race, and as soon as we achieve one thing, people are already thinking about, oh, how am I going to achieve the second thing, or how am I going to achieve the next thing, instead of just saying like, you know what, relax, just calm down, look at what you've done. Because even like I said, for myself, I've come a very long way, and trust me, sometimes I sit down myself and said, wow, I appreciate what I have, because there were times where, if you've been following me from the start of my YouTube journey, where I documented that for like 6 months I was eating 18p noodles from Lidl, and now thankfully I'm very grateful. Obviously I'm eating much better, I'm living more comfortably than I was before. So I'm very grateful, and obviously my age, everything included, I'm like, wow, I'm very humble about it as well. I'm very cool about it, and I don't see myself as anything extra special. I'm just very grateful for it. And also I want to also share my little knowledge with people that are out there, that it could benefit, it could help. Because like I said, I know people that are making $250 a day, $500 a day, $600 a day, $800 a day, $1,000 a day, and they're still complaining, they're not happy, they still want more and more. And it's like, when you actually sit down with yourself and think, you know what, I'm actually happy with what I have, or I'm actually content with what I have, or I'm actually grateful for what I have, or where does it come to an end? Where does it stop? I'm an ambitious person. I'm very ambitious. I like to challenge myself. I like to push myself to the highest level. But that doesn't mean I'm not content with what I have. And also that doesn't mean I'm lazy and I don't want to push myself. But there's a lot of people that are, even though they're ambitious, they hide behind their ambition and say, you know what, I can't be content because I always want to continue being ambitious. And also when it comes to that ambition, there's a fine line between greed and ambition. And like I said, people hide behind the word ambition and just to not be content. And it's important to sit down with yourself and actually think, wow, look at where I was last year and look at where I am now. Look how much I achieved. That's why I said life is a CV. You got to make your CV the best you can, in the sense that if you look at yourself last year, thinking about myself, last year I was on so subscribers. This year I'm in a much better place. Or last year I was earning this amount. This year I'm earning even it's just like a little bit. You're still appreciating, you're still progressing, you're still pushing yourself. As I mentioned before, just because you're content doesn't mean you should become lazy. Because I know a lot of people, they don't want to be content because they don't want to feel like as if, oh, I'm lazy, I'm not pushing myself. No. Even if you're content, you can still have big dreams, big ambitions, and you can still push yourself to the highest level as you can. Just to finish off, I just want to talk about why is it important to become content? Why is it important that we should be content and be happy with what we have, what we've achieved? And number one reason is because it distinguishes between what we actually need and what we want. Because I know a lot of people, they save a lot of money, or I know a lot of people, they make a lot of money, but what they actually use their money for is like, sometimes you look at yourself and you think, like, really, do you actually need those things? And if you actually look as humans, we most of the time, a lot of us, we need a bare minimum. But a lot of us, you just get so many things, or we see other people and we say, oh, we want what they have, we want what this person has, and it obviously costs a lot of money as well. So it's like, by distinguishing what you need and what you want, you give yourself peace of mind, and it also allows you to know that, look, a lot of these things, these materialistic things that we're chasing, happiness doesn't really come from there. Happiness actually comes from inside, being happy with yourself, being happy about who you are, being content about who you are, and developing yourself and getting better. And you know what, and knowing that, you know what, these things I don't need. These things, it's okay, I might want them, but I don't really need them. And you start to live a life of simplicity. By being content, you do have peace of mind. Talking about peace of mind, this is often overlooked, and I've done a video about peace of mind and why peace of mind is very important. And by being content, it gives you peace of mind, but also it allows you to self-develop yourself and self-growth and to push yourself. But like I said, just because you're content doesn't mean you should become lazy, doesn't mean you shouldn't push yourself, doesn't mean you shouldn't have dreams, aspirations. You still push yourself, but in that current moment, you are grateful for what you have. You are grateful for what you've achieved. And sometimes a lot of people overlook what they've achieved. Like, I'm very lucky. I achieved quite a lot of things at a very young age. I actually achieved quite a lot of things at a very young age. And sometimes I look at myself and I think, or I sit down with myself and I reflect on myself. I say, wow, have I actually achieved this much? But that doesn't mean I'm lazy. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop myself. Every single day I'm always creating challenges for myself. I always try to see how far can I push myself? How far can I go? And I think a lot of you should actually do that. And like I said, just because you're ambitious doesn't mean you shouldn't be grateful for what you have. No, sometimes you should just take a step back, relax, and be grateful. By having peace of mind, you become more happy with yourself, and also you overlook certain things as well. And you don't sit there start overthinking, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, because already you know what you have is enough for you, is fine for you. So you don't need to start creating problems that don't exist. Finally as well, you start to live a more simpler lifestyle, because like I said, by being content, you've already distinguished between what you need and what you want. So you start to live a peaceful lifestyle, because you start to live a life where you're not bothered about what other people are doing. You're just on your own lane, you're doing your own thing, and you're living a very simple lifestyle. I try my best to live as simple lifestyle as possible, a lifestyle that is not filled with too many complications, because then you start burdening yourself with unnecessary pressure. And like I said in my last video, in terms of comparison, if you haven't watched that video, make sure you go and watch it, because it's very important. Like, some people put themselves on a standard of people which they don't need to, and you should just have your own standards and live by your own means, live by your own standards as well. And just to finish off as well, it was like, you're happy with what you have, whether it's little, whether it's a lot, and it stops you from wanting more and more and more. On this video about being content, a lot of you need to start practicing gratitude. You need to start being grateful. Like I said, I know a wide range of people, and no matter how little or how much you're earning or how big you're earning, you should be grateful. You should look back at yourself and think, you know what, wow, I remember those days. I remember days when I was earning $550. Now I'm earning a bit more, but I'm still very, very grateful. Even when I was earning that much, $550, I was still grateful, because at that time it was a lot of money for myself. So I'm still very, very grateful. But it's not about money. It's just about being grateful for where you are now, who you are, and what you have. And a lot of you need to start practicing being grateful, and also look back at yourself, be reflective, think about, wow, how far you've come. But like I said, just because you're content and you're grateful doesn't mean you should become less motivated, or doesn't mean you should become lazy. You still challenge yourself, keep pushing yourself, keep giving yourself goals to keep motivated, to keep fighting on, to keep going on. I've said it many times. A lot of people as well, they're not reflective. They don't sit down with themselves and actually think, wow, let me look how far I've come. Let me see how far I've come. And I think a lot of people do not do that. You need to start doing that. You need to start implementing that within yourself. Like I mentioned before, by being content, you have peace of mind. You live a simple lifestyle, and you know what you need and what you want. And you're not living by any people's standards. I just want people to be grateful. I just want people to be content. And I just want people to appreciate what they have. No matter how big it is or how small it is, to some people it's a lot. So just be grateful, be happy. And I'm going to leave it right there. And I'm going to say thank you guys to all the people that have been supporting me on my channel. And the channel keeps growing. The CV family keeps becoming bigger. Before the end of next month, I definitely want to reach 800 subscribers. And also, I'm pushing for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So, like I said, I'm always challenging myself. I'm always keeping myself motivated. So, definitely 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm going to try and push it as much as possible. But also, I can't push it by myself. I also need your help as well to help me push it. So, listen, keep sharing my videos. Keep sharing it. Keep liking it. And if you think it's important, if you think any of the videos I make, they can benefit other people, share it. But like I said, I'm still a tiny channel. But I know for sure, with everyone's support, with everyone's help, we are definitely going to reach our goals. And we are definitely going to push this channel and make it bigger than it should be. So I'm going to leave it right there. Big up to all of you guys. And thank you guys for watching this video.